Today I'm going to talk about an amazing adventure in the story Skies Like These by Tess Hilmo. This story is about a girl named Jade. She's 12 years old. It's in modern times, so I would consider this a modern book. It's for ages, middle grade ages. And in this story, Jade ends up going on her summer vacation to her Aunt Elisa's house in Wyoming. She's originally from Philadelphia, and over the past few summers, she's kind of been fabricating her summer vacation stories, and her mom finds out about it and ends up giving her an adventure that she'll never forget. Skies Like These is an amazing story of one girl's adventure, the friends she makes, and the relationship that develops between her and her aunt. Starting out at the beginning of the story, Jade's mom had given her a book, Robinson Crusoe, to read over her summer vacation. Aunt Elise notices she's reading it, and she asks her about it. She says, "What do you think of Robinson Crusoe?" Jade says, "Robinson Crusoe doesn't seem very bright." Aunt Elise says, "Well, what makes you say that?" Jade says, "Well, as I see it, he would have saved himself a mess of trouble if he'd listened to his dad and stayed in England." Doesn't sound like she's ready for an adventure yet, but she becomes ready for an adventure really fast in this story. Her Aunt Elise says, "So you start reading the greatest adventure tale ever written, but you think it would have been better if he would have stayed at home." Interesting, because the whole story is wrapped around the philosophy and the thought that Jade either should have stayed in Philadelphia and had a safe summer by a TV, playing her games in her apartment, doing absolutely nothing, or going out to her Aunt Elisa's house in Wyoming and experiencing this big, wide open country, meeting a friend, and her friend's name is Leroy. And when she first meets Leroy, the first meeting he says is, "I'm Roy Parker. It's short for Leroy, after the famous Leroy Parker." He yanked off his hat and he turned sideways, offering up his profile. Jade looks at him and says, "And that is?" A flash of shock passed across his eyes. Leroy Parker? He was clearly distressed. Better known as Butch Cassidy? Surely you people in Philadelphia have heard of Butch Cassidy. So the story goes, Leroy is, or is he, related to Butch Cassidy? And through the story we find out if he is, through some adventures, through some excitement. I think that this is a must read for any middle grade student. I think that the whole story develops in the setting of the big wide open country in Wyoming. We find what true friendship really is. For a middle grade student, it's about identity, who you are, trying to develop you as a person, not who you're related to or possibly what you do in your life, but who you truly are. It's a great story. The ending has a twist, or a couple twists, actually. We find out what Jade ends up thinking about Robinson Crusoe, the story, and about her adventure in Wyoming, visiting her Aunt Elise over her summer vacation. I hope you enjoy the book. It's a quick read. It's not that big, but it's a really fun story for middle grade students. Thank you.